Welcome to the Dungeon House, where a bunch of regular people with regular jobs gather to play Dungeons and Dragons. We aren't professionals, so if you hear food ASMR or a baby in the back, just understand it's normal. This show is recommended for those 13 and up. The music you'll hear is brought to you by William Heaton and various other artists. We're glad that you're here to share in the fun and laughter, as well as the challenges along the way. So come on into our home, take a seat on the couch, and enjoy the Dungeon House.
Hearted.
Not excited for my test tomorrow, guys.
Me either. I'm not excited for your test. That sounds. Oh, you're not?
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, we'll see you in a sec. Okay, that's good. Bye. She said she's 2 minutes away.
2 minutes away. Hey, I think we'll wait for her. If that's okay with everyone.
My test is on cryptography,
Cryptography.
which is actually a really cool subject, but
It's not a very fun class.
I love the class. It's a hard test. Like the teacher does a hard test. So
I know that feeling.
cool subject, man.
That was less than 2 minutes. Maybe it's.
I got the desk.
It's on the desk.
Is it right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get out of my pocket. Like, I'll go get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Of course. Yeah.
So while we're waiting, does anyone want to play Reign of Dragons? I'll deal.
Is that game fun?
I've played it like once. Faith and I own it, so Reign of Dragons. We haven't really tried it that much. We've played it once, and it was I don't really. I don't know. Like Grandpa Beck's games are pretty good, but like Cover Your Assets is like their best game.
Yeah.
It's like the one that you actually. We could also, instead of playing D&D, we could play Betrayal at
Baldur's Gate.
3 and a 17.
We also could play Sushi Go. This one's actually
Yo,
pretty
I
fun.
like Sushi Go. Yeah, Morgan and I got that game.
No way. It's super good.
Yeah.
Dude. We got that one when we well, go ahead.
When we were getting married, my mom got us one of those like wedding registries at Ace Hardware.
Yeah.
And we didn't tell anybody because like that's embarrassing. But we got like $200 on it. And so we go to Ace Hardware to like spend some money, and we just bought board games.
That's so
Because what else are you supposed to get? Some lumber.
Wait, so Brandon, you got an Ace gift card for $200, and you also got an Ace gift card?
No. So like this is a thing. This is like a rich filled.
Yeah,
Dude,
I was
yeah.
like, is this like a rich filled
When you get married, you register at Ace Hardware for some reason.
Yeah. So the problem is I think Faith and I were too late. They'd already like I don't know stole the money, but we went to like cash it out, and they didn't have the account open anymore, and we're like,
oh man,
nowhere to go. But they're like, no, we've never had that name.
That's weird.
My parents were like,
that's dumb.
yeah, and we were a couple months after our wedding before we actually went there. But
we were a couple months too. We went there like a month ago. Like it was literally when we were down there for Christmas. Yeah.
What?
And
yeah, it was,
and we even asked them, we're like, is there a certain time that we have to use this by? And they're like, no, it's here for forever. And I was like, I don't know about that. But we still have like $150 in that account to buy some more board games.
That's awesome. Ooh, my bag has my mouse in this. Well, one game we could play is Chicken and Sausage Gumbo.
Yum.
Progressive.
Talk about yum.
Yum. It's a game for my mouth. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know about that either. Each on the giant pile of.
I think they can see it. You know all these board games.
Yo, a lot of board games.
A lot of board games. It's to make a statement.
It is.
I'm proud of you. You know that, right?
Thanks.
What can it do?
Yo, where the heck is Joy at?
I don't know. She said 2 minutes.
Oh.
It's been. Oh, speaking of the.
Speak of the
The
orc,
angel.
the devil, the angel, and she
Speak
will
of the
appear.
fairy.
You're more than fine.
Please.
Brandon, what is?
Yeah.
I can look it up, but I'll just ask you if you remember. What is Ren's mom's name? Like, actual name instead of just mom.
Her name is Thenna.
Then Thena.
Thehenna. And then Ren's sister, just younger than him, is Tehenna,
Yeah,
which may be confusing, but it's a familial name.
yeah. It's generational.
Exactly.
You have to name at least one of your daughters something henna. Sometimes it's just henna.
Yeah. Sometimes
But
it's henna
most of
henna.
the- Yeah, and then
What's the most? Henna, henna, henna.
No.
no.
Don't be silly.
This isn't Kiki. It doesn't matter how or Pish Baba. You weren't there, Brandon, but one of the people that they met off after the after you had to leave all day D&D was a little
You okay?
troll creature guy that
Hit on.
No, you're not going to want to put that.
his
in
name was
context
Pish Baba, and he's like, my name has more syllables than you. That means I'm better than you. It was
You know,
awesome.
that's natural reasoning.
Yeah. The more syllables means the stronger you are.
Exactly. Names have power.
Yeah. And his had more power.
Exactly. All right, let's get this party started.
Let's start. We need someone to give a recap. I think McKay did it last time.
We should do the name spinning.
Oh, should I have like a spin wheel?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a website.
Yeah.
You can look it up and then.
I know what you're talking about. The wheel spinning.
Or you can just make
I think someone this
a
time
rolling
get
table.
No, he's doing it now.
Joy, where are you waiting to sit?
I don't care.
You can just roll a D8, make a table for who gives the recap.
Where
Keep
are
it D&D
you-
themed.
Like right here.
Nah, I'm like right here.
Do you want to sit on that?
This is. We'll have. I'll put myself.
We can scoot the table. Do we need to scoot the table back? To...
We got
Okay.
Hey,
that.
right there. I want
Yeah.
to hit him.
You can also just jump on the couch. It's fine.
Jump. I'd probably take off a pair of shoes.
Pencil.
I think
I'm gonna eat because I haven't eaten all day.
yes.
Eat
Please.
food's on the counter whenever you're ready, but we can. I'm gonna say a quick prayer over it.
We say a prayer.
You guys, amen.
Amen.
I think just choose someone this time.
I'm literally like right there. Don't even worry.
Wow, yeah, so funny.
Okay. That means I can share my screen to do this.
But no one else can. We have to jump into an activity to see.
You do?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, we
No,
just
we
like
don't.
watch the stream.
Yeah. See.
It's okay. It's there for those who want. It's okay.
Hi, dude.
David, would you be willing to give a recap? Yeah.
David's not even there. Just pick someone.
I liked it. I thought it was worth it. I mean, it's not a David. Faith, would you be willing to? Yeah.
First you're gonna make then. Oh, sitting right in front of the camera. No. I stand right here, so I'm in two screens, buddy. Okay. Last time on the dungeon house, things happened. And do I recall? No. And do I have help? No. Chase didn't do the recap.
Oh crap!
But based on my memory, we did things.
We fought turtles. No, they were lobsters. Lobster crabs.
That was a frog. No, it's a snake.
You met.
No,
No, it wasn't a snake. It was a lobster. And you met a frog guy.
No, I remember the picture. Okay, we met up with the frog man, and we're like, "Hey, let's work this out. Let's solve your problem, and you solve our problem, right? Right? Win-win. All right." So we went and fought. I'm sure there's got to be more. I'm missing the beginning. Where's the beginning?
Oh, we met two people.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Grigri's task. You guys gotta find someone
Now I'm
induct.
All right. Last time on the dungeon house, Opal and Pablo and Pinky, Pop, for awesomeness, went on an adventure and tried to talk to children. The children were not helpful at all, and Opal learned of how such a peaceful life can be with such wonderful people. And they don't know what a bum is, like sitting on the beach and drinking, just chill. Everybody loves it. So Opal and Pinky and Pablo had no success. And then Baron and Moss went to their way, and they were adventuring until they didn't have much success. And so they went into the quote-unquote forest until somebody said, "What are you doing? Get out of my lawn! Why would you do this? This is my garden." Anyway, so on and so forth. And they were like, whatever, we're the cool guys that... Anyway, fast forward to Elia and Adelaide. Adelaide, she did get more clothing because that's what Adelaide does. But did she also succeed in other sense? Yes. Yes, she did. She had a great conversation with Elia about religion, and listen more on that. And then they found some leads and went their way. Fast forward, eventually everyone met up, and then we met Mr. Wakeen, the frog man, and he said, "Guys, I want to go, but I'm so stinky that I protect the world." Okay, so we help give him a solution as, all right, we will help you be stinky somewhere else, and we'll beat up these monsters. We go and fight them, and we beat them up. Opal used a cool spell that kind of was of no use, but it was still cool and pretty sick stuff. Also, rewind. Moss and Baron had a deep conversation, and we actually got to learn more about Moss's background, lore that we have never heard about. And then Baron was like, "Oh, nice, man. Oh, look." All right, so we beat up the lobster guys, and here we are. Right?
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Right.
I just wanted to say though, you guys are still so far away. It's just so
45
far.
minutes away.
Yeah, like 45 minutes away from Bali. Like it's just so far.
So far.
Anywho, yes. So to start off with, right now you guys are the group besides Ren just finished kind of, cleaning up the trolls in this little swampy area. At this moment, you're walking back towards Wakeen's respite, his house, his abode. The evening time is kind of starting to set. The colors in the sky during the sunset are waning, and a slight breeze is rustling through the jungle canopy all around you. At this moment, you can hear the soft buzz of mosquitoes kind of all around your head. Every once in a while, you'll feel kind of sting on your arm, and you slap it. Hopefully, you don't get malaria. Hopefully. It smells still a lot of almost like that that smell of damp grass and like rotten wood, along with the smell of maybe something sweet, like maybe an overripened fruit that's fallen to the ground. As you're walking, the path underneath you is made out of these cobbled large stones that have been covered with a fine layer of moss. Not the character, but the algae, and making them a little bit slippery, a little bit precarious. Every once in a while, you feel like you're about to, feel yourself slip off, and it's a little treacherous. Everything has kind of like a thin layer of water on it. Your body is like kind of always just sweating. You're just really sweaty. Everyone is, but it's okay. You can blame it on like there was like rain earlier, but it's most likely just all sweat. Anyway, yeah, you're walking back.
Leads me to believe that this is personal experience.
Oh, 100%.
Also, we can still breathe underwater for the next 4
Yes,
hours.
and that's a good thing. It's,
That we can, breathe for a while. Underwater, I guess I should specify.
I mean, the humidity is so thick that it feels like you're breathing underwater anyways. So that's kind of helping remedy that issue.
I have an idea. Here we go. Well, first make sure it's good with the locals, so we're not vandalizing or disrespecting. But we should have a shellfish stew night. That sounds very good.
I think there's a party going on tonight, Opal.
We will do it. No, we should. No, we need to volunteer to help with the festival, but all underwater. If they need help weaving baskets, we will do it underwater.
I don't know if you guys could hear Opal very well. She's kind of farther back in the group. I'm just warning the audience as well as our fellow players if that didn't catch them. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, we could hear that.
Sweet. Yeah. It's not too far away from Wakeen's house.
I think I understand why they all say it's a long walk. It really is this damp, like the air. It makes everything seem longer. Don't patronize me.
As you continue walking, eventually you come to the T in the wood. The path, it heads both ways. You head the way towards Wakeen's house. As you reach his door, you can see that he is outside in this little cook house area. It's kind of got like a little fire that's set up off the ground. Looks like he actually found maybe like an old ancient shield of some adventurer, and is using that to kind of hold the fire pit. You can see some coals on it. Above it, you can see what looks to be some sort of rack. Maybe some, in our world, it'd be kind of look like a grill. And he has like some filleted fish out. He's frying them up. You can see that there's about 2 fishes cooking right now. And he's what looks to be in the middle of boiling something else on the rack as well. Maybe like about a little bit bigger than a water cup with a lid on it. He's sitting there, just kind of one eye staring at the water and at his food, and the other eye is like looking there, and then like turns towards where you guys are at, and like kind of follows you as he walks up, but he doesn't turn his head. He's like, "Well, it's good to see you returned."
Returned successfully.
That means that you are able to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
All of them?
How many were there?
No, like 2 or 3.
Got 2.
That's probably pretty good.
Is it good enough?
I imagine that you guys probably did some checking, like if you need to know. But he's like, yeah, you probably got it. Well, is it okay if I eat my dinner before we go?
Yeah.
Sweet. He uses like a stick to kind of peel them off, and he puts the fish into a banana leaf that he's cut off, lets it cool down a little bit, and then just like whole fish, just like right down, just opens up his mouth and just drops it in. The cup of something that's been boiling, he opens it up. You can see it's rice. He kind of stirs it around, does the same thing, just dumps a whole cup of rice into his mouth, and then second fish. Okay, I think I'm ready.
That was fast.
I mean, I really wasn't in much of a hurry. I would have only eaten one fish if I was in a hurry.
Well, we better go find the guy.
Yeah. So, with being a vigil, do I, get my own land? Do I have to pay
In a sense.
taxes?
You get paid.
Pay taxes.
Boss, does he need to pay taxes?
Will I ever pay
I
taxes?
haven't had to pay taxes yet. Granted, I don't know if I'm breaking the law or not as a vigil. But we pay taxes to nobody.
I like that. I mean, I don't really pay taxes here either. I just don't want my what's the word that I'm thinking of? Your quality of life. I don't want my quality of life to go down because of this decision. And I feel like
your quality of life for as long as you live will go up dramatically.
Is that for sure?
100% Moss guaranteed.
I mean,
Can I
do
insight
teach you
check
some
that?
things.
I just want insight. Are you being? I mean, he got like a 19. You can roll whatever roll would go with that.
I don't know. I didn't think Moss was being
Deceiver.
untruthful. Like, its quality of life will increase dramatically.
Yeah, if you're being truthful, you can roll a persuasion check.
Okay, I'll roll a persuasion check.
It
Oh!
seemed like it was like reaching.
Okay. Just proof, because I know this is going to sound super sketchy, but look at that. Wait.
Oh,
You see that?
oh,
It's backwards.
1d20 rolls 20.
nice. Yeah.
Dash 20.
Okay.
That was
Now you're
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Sounds pretty sick then.
all right.
Well, do I need to I don't know, make a vow right now or?
Now we're gonna introduce you to a guy called someone else helps
Grigri.
me out. Yeah.
Grigri.
Yeah. So we'll introduce you to Grigri, and he'll give you all the details.
Oh, okay. Well, if that's the case, then let's get going.
All right.
We usually give each other nicknames.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
What's your nickname?
Adelaide. They just call me Adelaide.
That's not a nickname. That's I'm pretty sure just your name if I remember
a
correctly.
regular name. We can call you a regular name. We could call you John.
But that's not my name.
That name could be dope.
John.
Oh,
I don't know if I really like the sound of that. I mean, it feels like just really ambiguous.
like John Juan Poe.
John Juan Poe. That's getting better. That's getting better. We can workshop it on the way. Does anyone else have a nickname here?
I mean, I call her Adelita Adelaide.
That's a pretty good one. Can I have that one? Oh no, that's already taken.
And we call this one, pointing to Pinky, Queen of Darkness.
Wow.
She'll strike a pose, a little strut.
Queen of
Try
Darkness.
to look nice.
I can see it. I can really see where that name comes from. That makes sense. Anywho, as you guys start walking, you have a little bit of an hour long. So far, a little bit of an hour long journey. You'll be back right, probably in time for the festival to kind of get started and getting kicked off. Yeah.
I don't have anything on the walk, so.
As you guys make the walk, get there. Do you guys ever come up with a good nickname for the Wakeen, the bullywug?
I guess Opal would talk to him and be like, "So, is there like a phrase in your native tongue that really speaks of what really connects to you? Like, for example, Opal will say a word in Celestial or Elvish, whatever, a different language that she knows, and be like, hero of lilies," and she'll just say that in a different language and be like, "Now that's pretty cool." And do you have anything like that?
Um,
I think he's going to lean over and whisper into Opal's ear.
Didn't we just say that his first name is Wa and his last name is Keen?
Oh, yeah, that would work.
John Doe, Joaquin.
Kinda.
I think he's trying to simplify it.
I think that the word that would really define me would probably be Fanado. It's a village name not far away from here. It has homage to one of my old jobs.
Oh, for sure. Is
Yeah.
that okay?
Sure.
Perfect. Well, you let us know which one you'd prefer, and we'll honor that. But we'll always remember your name is Joaquin. But nickname, Fanado, but Fondo for sure.
Fando. It just doesn't have the same ring to it. That's okay.
That's okay. We can keep
Joaquin is pretty good. It's like, Joaquin. I don't know. We'll keep workshopping
Yeah,
it.
no stress.
Okay. Anywho, as you guys eventually make it back to Bauli, we'll turn some time over to Ren if he's available.
Here I am.
Ren, could you describe what you've been doing for the last half a day?
Oh, I've noticed that my family members do seem to be more soothed when they are warm. And so I've taken time to convert our family home into a sauna. So I've been like taking like rocks and stones and like heating them up and maybe even like trying to like bless them and like taking them into the house, which I've like sealed every like crack and everything with like cloth. And then I'm just basically creating like steam and something to really get them really exfoliated, and warmed up. It might even be like if it's like seawater, if that's like makes it even more holy. To really like, I'm maybe like, I assume I'm like not wearing much because it's just so hot and I'm like sweating, but I'm probably like what I am wearing is like kind of ceremonial stuff. And I'm just like chanting, like, or maybe not chanting, but like muttering like little prayers and like little, just like not verses of scripture, but whatever Bauli would have that like is akin to that. Praying to like each god individually and like sanctifying like each stone that I like exchange, pull out from the house, heat it up, put it back in, all of that stuff. And I would assume I've also maybe like if each of my family members are like kind of bundled up, I've like uncovered them from their covers and like bundles and stuff to like let the water like soak into them.
Mm-hmm. Really let them, and you'd use those blankets to kind of insulate the walls and stuff like that. I could see that. I think in this moment, while you are bringing in like one of these large stones that has been heating up underneath, I almost imagine that you've put like a couple of bonfires around your house to like continually be heating up these stones. You've enlisted some of the help of some of the local boys that are a little bit younger than you to kind of keep the fires going and out and grabbing some wood from the jungle and keeping them lit. You are drenched in sweat from kind of head to toe. I imagine that you've taken off kind of like you're like shirtless, but you've donned a couple more of the ceremonial necklaces with more of the gods on them. Taman lent you a necklace that has a figure for every god, every major god on it. Each time you bring one of these stones, you choose a new symbol, a new figure to hold and to pray to as you lay them down one by one, surrounding your family. You're using the stones as you bring them in. Tehenna, who is in a lot better condition, just barely starting to kind of succumb to the effects, still has the strength of her formal self, but feeling the chill starting. She'd be in there, and she's actually using the rocks to massage your younger sister and your mom to help them get more of that heat, that feeling back into their bodies. While and every once in a while, she'll take time to help herself get warmed up. As you come in, this next time, she will turn to you, and you can see that her eyes haven't quite gone all the way translucent. You can see that her irises look a touch lighter than what you remember. She had like these deep brown eyes. They've turned a little bit lighter. She turns to you and says, Ren, thank you for coming back.
I'm sorry I couldn't have come back sooner.
It's okay.
I'm sorry I even left.
It's all right. We've you're here now. Now let's go through it again. What have you learned about our condition?
I'll sit her down, and maybe like I'm assuming we're still in the house. I want her to stay warm.
Yeah,
But we're like
seems to be
opposite sides of the room from my other family members. I don't want them to hear what I say. And I'll just say, we believe that this is a curse. And
a curse.
Supposedly, curses need to be brought on in some way. For example, I guess like the woman I talked to that's been helping me talked about werewolves. You've heard the stories about those. Dad always would tell us about them. But they contract the curse in some way, and in so doing, they receive while they lose with the curse. The curse comes with a boon. And typical curses can be broken by simple spells or rituals like we've tried. But this curse in particular is what people call elder curse. It's more potent. I don't know. But that's really the only lead we have right now is that this is some ancient curse.
That's interesting that something so old would be more potent. You'd think that if it's that ancient, it would lose strength. I
I
mean,
think it's stood the test of time.
that's a good point. And curses always have a boon.
That's what the woman said. And that's the one thing that I am a little not so sure on. I don't know if this is a curse, is because I have not seen anything positive about this. But you are the one, you are experiencing this firsthand. Is there anything that you've noticed that you've gained?
Give me 1 second. And she'll go over to kind of close by your mother. She'll reach up kind of into the rafters of the little hut and grab out a blanket. Not probably not a blanket, a box. Blankets would be used to keep warm. And she'll open up this little wicker box, and there'll be what looks to be a simple bound book that's just doesn't have like I don't know what's the word, like a spine. It only has cord and sheets of this very kind of almost thick paper, kind of keeping it all together. Once you left, I decided that it would be wise to keep kind of tabs on our sister and mother and eventually me. Just so that way I could see what was happening. I think she kind of flips it up to kind of the front page. This is my first entry where I just described what I've been seeing. The lightning of the eyes, though no blinding like what happens to those who are elderly in the village. Their skin, I noticed, felt cold, and they talked about feeling cold. Something I've noticed, though, from the start with me is I could feel the cold first in my blood.
What do you mean in your blood? Like, what do you mean?
My veins. I've touched them, and it would be a different temperature than normal flesh. I would touch my neck and along the sides. And I didn't really know about this until I discussed it with Taman. But he said that those are the paths of our lifeblood. And he noticed it too, that they were cold. I don't think for Mom and our sister, we noticed it soon enough. Eventually, everything turns cold, but it seems to start there.
And what about your center? And I'll like put my hand to my heart.
It's cold.
Is it the source?
I don't know if it's necessarily the source, because it doesn't feel any colder than the rest, but it might be.
I'll extend my hand to like feel her chest, with, like the back of my hand, and then I'll kind of like move like just to like away just to see if there's any temperature difference.
You can tell a temperature difference as soon as like you go from like where her heart is to kind of like more like her shoulder. Like it's quite a significant difference. Now, it's not crazy large, but it's definitely noticeable.
It's enough to notice it.
Yeah. You consider it and you think maybe because the heart is so much deeper than like the veins, the temperature difference might be diluted a little bit.
It's just more insulated.
Yeah.
I'll be open with her. I'll say it feels colder, but that doesn't really say much. I'll keep kind of flipping through the pages. I'll say, is there anything else? Any good side to this? Or anything that isn't absolutely terrible that you've noticed?
I've noticed a few things. I noticed that you know how a couple weeks, maybe a month before you left, little sis, she started talking about how she saw, you know, little creatures when she was in the woods. She noticed things like in the beach, and we just thought she was talking about, you know, animals. She'd find
She's
like
always been finding stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed as this has been set upon me, I see things that I haven't seen prior.
What kind of things?
Like I haven't had crazy many experiences, but there's these little creatures that move quite fast. And I've never ever seen them here before. I talked to Taman, I described them to him, and he's never heard of anything like it. They're
On
little
land?
creatures. What?
On land?
On land? These are in the air. They
In
fly.
the air.
They're think of like a worm. They move like a sea snake. And they're, like I said, quite fast, but I think they might be invisible to others. That's my thought. I may be going crazy, and maybe it's just with sickness, but when I point one out, mom and sister see them too.
Did you see them before you grew cold or after?
After.
After. Okay.
That's not the only creature I've ever seen, though. There's one time that I was in the woods and I saw what looked to be some sort of shorter individual, like they were hiding, creeping through the woods. They looked like they were silhouetted almost. Like I could kind of see fuzzily through them. But it was almost like they weren't where I thought it was a ghost. But maybe a spirit, maybe a lesser god. I don't know.
Interesting. And Taman wasn't familiar with any of these creatures.
He had heard stories of things that our normal eyes, like you and I, can't see. I mean, we know this from maybe different races, see better in the dark, but this seems different. Speaking of that, at night, it's like it's not pitch black. I can see.
You can see in the dark.
Yeah. I guess I could have started with that one. That one's probably more noticeable. I just have gotten used to it.
I'll look at our mother and I'll say, is she really blind? Or can she see?
I'm not sure. At this point, she's hasn't really spoken for a couple weeks.
What about Adriel? Is there, because if your eyes are being opened to another world, it seems, why would they just close like permanently? Like you just get this window of seeing snakes in the air?
I've had some thoughts on it. Maybe it's because our eyes aren't meant to see them, and so the gods, seeing that we've gained this ability, pluck them out.
That's true.
But it could also be that it's like if if you squint your eyes too hard, then they'll get misshapen and you can't see as well. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. I think that might be too. Like maybe we're looking too hard, and maybe it's just what happens naturally to eyes like this. I haven't lost any of my eyesight yet.
Yes, we will see. I
I
hope you don't lose any more.
I've noticed that while I haven't reached the point to where Adriel and Mother are at this point, I almost feel like my strength has increased. That might have been just because I've had more chores to do, but
Could be.
I've definitely noticed that physical activities have become easier. I don't tire as I get to the top of a coconut tree. And while it's cold, I notice that these are some of the things that have been better, but it also confuses me that, not too long after the strength seems to leave us. Almost makes me think it's because of the cold inside. It's the thing that eats away.
Yeah, it's like your bodies are being worked too much.
That they can't take whatever's this curse, the boon it's trying to give. And that may be why we're dying. Have you noticed anything for yourself?
I know. I don't think so. I'm still feeling good. It's probably only a matter of time.
What are you going to do?
Don't know. I need to find a way to either remove this curse or find a way to get you guys to accept the curse or accept the boon. Because then at least maybe you'll survive.
It'd at least buy us time.
It would. And maybe they could help us. We've I received word of someone who, let me see. The woman helping us told us about, she found a record of people coming down with the same curse thousands of years ago. And she knows that one of the descendants of these victims is living in some mountains north of here. Maybe another person involved in another case of this loosely could really help us. It's supposedly an elf. I know they live longer. They probably have had more time to research if it's important to them, or they remember it or something. But all I know is that that's one of our only shots.
I think it's the only direction we can go now, as of now. How far away are these mountains?
Far enough away that I don't want to go.
They must be like a day away then, huh?
I'm afraid they're more than that.
I don't understand the travel. That's crazy. That's so
It's
far.
something else. It's something else for sure.
Anywho, I think the festival to Yoko is starting here pretty soon. I think if we change out the stones one more time, we should be able to have our sister and mother taken care of, and then we can beseech him for his guidance and his strength.
Indeed. I want you to be there. We really need help. I plan to pray to Bacia as well.
Perfect.
And maybe even talk to Dad. But I don't know.
It's been a while since you've talked to Dad.
Yeah. I just need something to work.
I'm here with you the whole time. Let's figure this out.
I'll bring her in and hug her.
He'll hug you back. He'll squeeze you and say, "We'll get through this."
We better.
As you exit the house, I'd say it's about at this time that the party enters into the village as well. Everyone kind of, as you see Ren and his sister, she's now donned her kind of winter clothing again. This large, thick, almost parka-like jacket, hood pulled up around her. you all kind of meet back together. So,
Do we still have Wakeen with us, or have we dropped him off?
I don't know. Do you guys still have Wakeen with you? Yep. Yeah. Ren, you'd see Wakeen. You know, he's the bullywug guy from like a village over. He goes around and uses his sweat to kind of keep monsters away.
Oh, I'm like, you can tell Ren's just like exhausted.
Yeah.
He's like sweated out every ounce of moisture in his body. And he'll see the group come up with Joaquin. He'll just kind of wave and probably just like sit down on a rock or something to kind of just catch his breath.
The cool like ocean breeze coming off from the surf, it feels like heavenly. You wish that you could have the coldness of Havnock surrounding your body right now, just to like help your body feel like it's, you know, not being overheated.
Well, I think Grigri's just over here.
Oh yeah? Grigri. That's a weird name.
I didn't choose it.
I know. Just making small talk. Sorry. Yeah. Welcome back. As Grigri's like kind of finished you know, kind of making his preparations and stuff like that, he'll walk over to you guys and is like, hey, how you guys doing?
Good, we found someone for you.
Oh, did you find Blanchemont?
Yeah.
All right. Where is he? Who am I looking for?
I'll like step aside. He's like behind me.
Nice. What? Blanchemont? He's like, no.
Yeah, Grigri. Honestly, we're not the best at names. This is Joaquin. But he's ready to serve.
Wakeen. I get it. No, that's a good name. That's sweet. Yeah. How are you at marbles? I heard that you're pretty light on your feet, you know, just really adaptable. Marbles.
Yeah, you know, Grigri, why don't you ask him about his interests, and he'll tell you. He'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. What are you interested in? I like cooking fish. I like taking naps. I like going into the jungle.
Joaquin, you're missing the most important part. You single-handedly keep monsters out of a village. Isn't that impressive? Great.
Oh, yeah, I do that as well. It's like, keep monsters out? Like, do you like kill them? Do you like, you know, like...
He scares them off.
You don't want to know the details. It'd be a little too much for you, probably.
Wow. I'm getting the shakes right now. This is pretty awesome. Well, I am so happy that we were able to find you, Joaquin. You have a date with destiny today. We're going to take you and make you into someone who's going to bless the lives of so many people. It's going to be awesome. Get my quota. Yes! Anywho, are you guys good? Are you guys staying here? Do you guys need the ride back?
We haven't really talked about it, but
okay.
I think that we'll probably end up staying for a while.
Staying? All right, sounds good. No power, no harm, no gain, no foul. Something along those lines, at least. Yeah, no worries. I'd say give me a sending spell if you need anything, but if you do, I probably won't answer. Because yeah. Busy man. I mean, you know, taking some of the requests in the boxes anyways. I gotta go and gotta get this guy to his first day on the job. Y'all remember that, right?
Good luck, Joaquin.
He's like, okay, what's happening? It's a secret. All right, just get in here. Because he like kind of pats him like on the back, on the attaboy him, on the booty, and gets him up into that carriage. Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you all so much. If you guys don't need anything else, I'm out of here. I'm gone. Do you guys need anything? Anything from the lighthouse before I go? Like a airdrop, like a I don't know. If you need anything, I'm more than willing to
An airdrop.
like I drop something out thin air just here and leave it for you. Now that I have this place like in my my thing, I could probably run past here as I'm going to another place and leave you something.
Like you could take something and bring it here.
Sure.
Can you see if perhaps Sir Brightor?
Yeah, no worries. I know the name.
Yes. Any packages, gold, or any other precious goods, to the lighthouse for the name Adelaide Brightor?
Mail check. I get it. No worries.
Excellent.
I'm on it.
Can you also check and see if my weapon of warning is done at the I can never remember the name.
Quartermaster.
Master.
Yeah,
Sure. What name was it underneath?
Pinky.
Pinky. Oh, I should remember that. Yeah, my bad. That's such a good one.
Yes. Take off your pants.
What?
And then I'm gonna cast
I'm sorry, what?
radiant fire. What is that one? Fire. And it's gonna be like it's totally on fire.
Sacred Flame.
Yeah, sacred flame on fire. Take them off, Baron. Take them off. Take off.
What?
I need to send them to the tailor so that I can.
I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
I think Baron's too stunned.
Roll damage.
Wait, the sacred flame doesn't do damage.
Yes, it does.
Okay, wait. Maybe that's not what I intended to do. Oh no, I didn't know that dealt damage.
I mean, you did.
He was
You
too
did do.
stunned to speak. Oh man.
How else do you respond to that? Take off your pants.
Take off your pants. They're on your pants. They are literally on sacred fire.
Perhaps before it causes damage, could I shake him and be like, "Quick, take off your pants!"
You want to do a saving throw to see how fast you take off your pants? Do your dexterity saving throw. Adelaide is asking Baron to take.
I mean, can I just take a knife and just like cut up the side and just?
I mean, I feel like that's harder than like undoing about.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
21.
You have like the rip off, like. No. Basically, though, it looks like it. Like you're able to. You get those pants off faster than her spell's able to do damage.
Nice. Oh, excellent. That was the hope. Okay. Oh,
You are now
no.
pantsless.
That ruined! And she's going to go to her bag and Pablo, who's still here, and she's got a nice pair of traveling pants for you. They're a little bit thinly cut, but they'll do. She's gonna kind of toss them at you, and then she's gonna take 4 pants and be like, "What? Absolutely!" And put them
What
in
is
her
this about?
Oh, actually, could you take these?
Sure.
Could you take them?
Yeah.
Do you know what this is about?
We don't panic.
No.
And
He's bewildered.
These do look,
they're
sacredly flamed.
They're scorched, absolutely scorched. I tell you. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Oh, come on, Adelaide.
You know what? Now that I'm standing here, I don't think I need pants in this climate.
Cool.
Essentia. Can you take these to
Is
Essentia?
anyone?
Essentia. That's a little bit farther out my range, but
Well, it's back at the tower.
Essentia?
Getting stuff made for.
Essentia is a city in Deep Illinois.
Oh no, I wrote down the wrong person. Hold on, give me a second. What was it? Betty? Dee Debbie?
So,
I'm
something
gonna
like that.
give you the name of the store. And a description of what the lady looks like and say, from Adelaide Brighter, she'll know what you mean.
All right, cool. Definitely. I don't know what it means, but as long as you do, that's what matters, right? Anyway, here, he tosses them to Wakeen. Put these in the back for me. It's like, you're good. You just leave them sit them on the other seat across from you.
That lady loves scorched pants. Like a fabric thing.
Why do you need my pants? I'm still so baffled.
Do you need your scorched pants?
I mean, they weren't bothering me.
They were very on fire. They were very, very on fire.
And
I could have rolled around.
you guys can deal with your pants on fire problems. I'm going to get going. But thanks for the good times. Thank you so much. This is probably the best day of the week. That's fine. It's great. Food here is great. People are great. All right, I'm gone. And he's going to get back up on and kind of starts taking off. Wakeen kind of just like watches you guys going out. Like, did I just make the worst decision of my life?
We're all just like this. It's still like,
Bye, Wakeen. Yeah, awesome.
are there any other locals that no pants? Like this is like I'm not like standing out here.
No pants.
They like there's definitely like short shorts.
I mean,
Baron's on
We're
island.
not heathens, Baron.
Yeah, they still
I mean,
wear
my
pants.
short look, my unders would probably be that long. Let's be honest.
Actually, what it is it's almost kind of like a tie. It's what Ren wears, which is kind of like a tie that kind of goes down to kind of like the mid thigh. Yeah. Anyways, he's just laughing about moving the box.
Go carry on. I'm just.
Anyway, he like it's kind of part of like their normal wrap, but it's not just like underwear. Do you wear tidy whities or are you a boxer
Or
guy?
nothing.
No.
I don't know if I like the nothing part.
Cool. 19 inches. That's nice. Very covering.
They're like knee length. Awesome. Okay.
I'm so confused.
So,
I'll tell you later.
all right.
It's my secret mission.
At this time, you guys are.
I will go catch up with Ren.
Yeah.
You look worse for wear.
My underwear. I'm not there.
You can be there. I assume that as the party, we would all go see Ren.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. I'm hanging out. I think right now I probably cooled off.
Yeah. He's looking better than when he first came out of that house.
That's good.
But you can definitely see the bags in his eyes, and he looks super dehydrated.
I probably have like 2 levels of exhaustion.
At least one.
Yeah, I'll put that on there.
Yeah.
Give myself a feel.
What's this thing before?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make
I'll pass him a water skin.
Thanks. And I'll just like inhale it.
Yeah.
Fun fact, it's actually really bad for you when you're dehydrated to drink a ton of water really quickly.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Growing up. Yeah. Yeah. Anywho, as you guys approach kind of the center of town, in front of this big meeting house, you notice what looks to be a large bonfire has been set up. And a lot of the village is gathered around it in kind of like a loose circle. Oh, babe, I'm going to take you and I'm going to throw you through your dad.
He does, but I'm gonna wait. I'm trying to wait until he's like tired.
Anyways. So you notice this large fire. You notice people in a loose circle around it. You notice a couple of the villagers are actually around the fire dancing. And the last thing you probably would recognize just from how like really perceiving is it looks like they've put in a lot of like wet wood into the fire, making the smoke really, really thick. That's billowing out of this large fire. There's kind of like drums and kind of a little bit of like a chant, dancing, things like that. You'd notice close to one side, they've lighted up like a bunch of like large fawn leaves, and they've laid out like different bowls of different meals and stuff like that. And people are going over there with kind of like their own bowl and like scooping stuff out and just like eating stuff out of coconut husks and just
And like dried up gourds. Yeah.
Exactly. Using like a dried up gourd to like. There's no utensils. They're just like they'll get a scoop and they'll like just use their hands, even if it's like soup, like slurp it and then like eat the chunks.
Just their right hand.
Yeah. That's kind of the scene that you see. You kind of hear the drums like dum 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 dum, kind of that vibe. Think of Surf's Up when Chicken Joe is getting cooked. Similar vibes.
I love it. Yeah, I'm gonna like turn to the rest of the party and I'll say like, you guys are gonna love this. This is one of the most like crazy celebrations of the year. It's pretty awesome.
Ren, you know this to be the warm. They haven't even started the event.
Oh yeah.
It was supposed to start like an hour ago, but island time kind
Dude, yeah. People are still showing up, you know?
Yeah. People are showing up, taking a while. Yeah. So there's a couple things you notice. There's a couple like activities that are around. It looks like there is what looks to be a competition of who can lift the most coconuts with just two hands. It seems to be of quite the rage right now. You also notice what looks to be an activity where they put what looks to be a basket over each one of their heads, and they're given a stick, and they have to knock the basket off the other person's head.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I want to do that in real life.
She does kind of stuff. And you would notice that there looks to be like different performances for dances around like this central fire. You'd notice that a lot of the people here are kind of dancing together, but each one of the dances is very different. These look to be like warm-ups. People are getting ready to honor their god with different dances that they've prepared, whether it may be like a family dance or a personal one. These are some of the things that you would notice going into this. Sorry, I've described a lot of things.
I think he's going to nudge Baron. Say, you should go try lifting the coconuts. I bet you'll be really good at that.
I'd be better at the basket one.
Okay, do it.
All right, fine. But you better put some gold on me.
You get it.
Is there like a betting?
So much gambling going on right now. Everything here, even the fire is gambling. Though before we get to that, I just want to check in with Alaya and Moss just to see if they're still here as part of the group.
Oh, Kyle is back.
He was on the phone with his parents. I don't know if he still is.
Yeah, I'm still with the group.
It sounds good. Just I haven't heard your voice yet, so I wanted to make sure you're still here. Okay. Well, yeah, the excitement, the celebration is underway. You're free to do kind of some of these things. There's other things if you're wondering about. There's food. It's a great party. Looks like all like 300 people of the village are here, and it's a large, huge fire. It's quite vibrant.
Is there social dancing? Like not performative, but like
Yeah, like you see, most everyone is like taking turns dancing and stuff like that.
is this something you could catch on to?
Yeah, it's like Cotton Nut Joe, like nah.
Be something that you're like, oh, I can go dance. Like,
Yeah.
I want to learn how to do this.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they've gone to the performances yet.
Oh, nice.
It looks like some people are warming up, but there's just like a lot of people, like you see like a dad dancing with like a little toddler girl. You'd notice like just like teenage kids like kind of waving their arms around, not really crazy dancing, but
They're just moving their bodies.
just moving their bodies. Dancing queen.
Let's go dancing.
Let's do it. I will say, Opal, I would say, is not a good dancer. But she loves vibing anyways. So, it's like the awkward dad dancing, but more expressive. Like, yeah.
Awesome.
But some of it is on purpose for being bad. So I think Opal is aware and just accentuates it.
Perfect. So Pinky and Baron are going to go bet on the basket game. Adelaide, Opal, Eli, are you going dancing?
Sure.
Sure. Ren, what are you doing right now?
I mean, I would assume I'm like still pretty tired. Would now be like a good time to pray or no? Is that until like the after party? Is that when like the supplications are?
You can do like simple ones, but you know that it's typical for most rituals that like dancing is not the only way that you can show your homage to Yoko. Though most of that's a very common way. There's also people who, say someone writes a poem that they feel brings that force, that might of a tempest in their words. They might share that. Usually it's something to do with his, like related to him, but also in your case and others as well, there's usually a connection to what you're pleading to. So maybe that's something that you could think about is what could I do during the performances to show my devotion? From being part of this culture, being part of these rituals many times, the smoke that is being created is to represent a storm cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Building itself around the village. And so right now you feel the presence of Yoko kind of more so here, but in a controlled environment, not a storm that could rage and blow down people's houses, but in a cloud that has been made by
It's like a more friendly vibe.
Exactly.
I think what I would do, I mean, this is my first time like back in the village. I would obviously want to like talk to people, have some food, compliment people on their cooking. But I would want to have my spear that I got that I believe was like a boon from Yoko. Like it found its way to me. And in like the kind of like off moments, downtime moments of this party, I just kind of want to like be sitting and like pondering it.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Oh, I think I lost the connection. Maybe it was Brandon.
You're still in.
Huh. Brandon lost connection. He's on.
Yeah, I still
He seems very happy though.
Kyle or David, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Uh-oh.
But
certain things, and then she's like, you can't see all of it.
Sorry, guys. Something came up. I'm still on.
Yep, you're good.
You're good.
You can't see all of it.
It's messed up. Let me text Brandon and see. Well, as you guys are kind of getting this, going your separate ways for this, we're going to actually go to break real quick.
Oh, Brandon's back.
Which is okay. I was planning on going to break before we started. It's good to see you back.
I don't know if that was. I could like after you were lost, I could see you for the longest time.
Really?
Yeah, and I could like you guys were all doing good, and like I could hear you and everything.
Yeah, you were gone for us.
But yeah, I guess it is me. I'll just stay on my phone then.
All right. We're gonna go to break real quick, just so that way we can. I need to eat some food of some sort. I'm getting really hungry.
Good.
And we'll jump back on here in just like 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
To start the party.
When are we planning on ending tonight?
10. Is that okay? Or do we need to go a little early?
I would prefer a little earlier than that. But
9:30? Awesome. Well,
Speaking of parties,
speaking of parties, we are going to have a party. Okay, I think we'll start off first with the Baron, the stick game. Okay, so it looks like people just line up, and it's kind of like a long line. You kind of pick who you want to go up against. Like you kind of like agree beforehand and go up. People will like place bets and stuff like that on you. Like, oh, I think this guy's going to go.
If you win, do you stay up? Is that how it works?
Yeah. So you stay in until like you get knocked out, basically. And so each time, like the amount of money you bet, you lose basically a coin for every time they lose, and you gain someone else's coin that lost the bet.
So we didn't specify this, but I imagine we'll have taken a short rest at some point in this. But before this event, or like...
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that there was some sort of resting. Anyways, so the idea is like basically someone loses gold. You don't necessarily want to be betting with everyone. You kind of want to do more of like the way to win big is to be like the person who bets on someone who no one else bets on. And then like that person wins. And so everyone else has to lose gold and you're like the only one. So all the gold goes to you.
I mean,
Does anyone
suspect,
Is it like
foreigner?
so is it only like a one coin thing? People betting more than that.
So you can bet in as much as you want. It just that's however many rounds you're planning on keeping your money in. So like if you only bet 5 coins, then if you lose 5 rounds in a row, you're out.
Okay. I don't know, like does it look like there are a lot of people? Will there be a lot of rounds for Baron to win?
There's a good amount of people. There's at least 20 guys.
Okay.
Pinky.
Yeah.
Bet low to start off.
Bet it all. Take the lead at the very beginning.
So she's gonna look around. How much does it look like people are betting? Like just an average.
So usually it's like
I mean, these people aren't rich.
yeah,
Are
it's
these
not
like copper pieces?
like these it's not like a lot of money, to be honest. Like the most you've seen probably one bet take is like a gold piece. Like a gold is like wow.
Okay.
He's like all in on this bad boy.
Okay, but most people are like doing like 5 copper, a silver piece. Because Piggy wants to do the average. She wants to bet the average for now. Just kind of, not draw attention to how good Baron's going to be.
The average looks to be around a silver piece to 4 silver pieces.
Okay, she's going to go in for a silver piece because Baron told her to start low.
Perfect. Silver piece it is. Let me get some stat blocks up.
Okay. Ready to keep track.
So I feel like if you start off high, then it's like no one wants to bet against that, right?
Right.
That makes sense. Okay. So first up, you see kind of like a little bit skinnier guy walk out. Doesn't seem like he's too big of a deal. I want the way this will go down is like it's kind of like a ring of people. They hand you a stick, they put a basket on your head, and they kind of spin you around 3 times and then send you in a direction.
Okay.
And it's like a lot of the game is actually about like kind of feeling your way towards the guy, figuring out where he is, and hitting him. If you hit anyone who is not the right guy, then that is an automatic like forfeit the match. So like everyone here, like they have to stay in the circle, but they might be like yelling at you, whooping at you, and trying to like disorient you. Because if they can get you to lose, then they win their bet.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, I also have to ask.
Sure.
Do these people? Pinky kind of wants to cheat. She wants to play a trick.
Sure.
Is magic like being used at all?
You've seen a couple people use. You see a couple people use spells, like not anything like no one's cast fireball yet.
Right.
Yet.
Wanted to use prestidigitation and make a sound close to his opponent's ear to make him turn a different direction. Would people notice that? I could roll something to.
They would also perceive it, like they'd hear the noise. The question is, where is it coming from? Is the biggest thing.
Because everyone's trying to make noise anyways.
Yeah, everyone's like yelling, making noise and stuff like that. Like, as long as like no one else is interfering, in the sense of like actually trying to get in the way, trying to get them to, like making themselves get hit, stepping right in the way before they can hit the other person.
Right.
It's kind of all fair in love and war.
Okay.
I guess.
Cool. Because the range is 10 feet. So if I got close enough, I could literally make a noise next to the guy's ear, make it seem like Baron's close.
It seems like this circle, it's like the diameter of the circle is probably like 15, 20 feet. Probably 20 feet.
Okay.
I'd say.
Okay. So I could fly around the ring and pretty much have them in range at all times.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So they get the skinny guy come out. They put the bucket on his head, spin around. I need you and him to roll initiative.
I got a 6.
He got a 2.
Just a 2? No things? Yeah, I rolled a 2 too.
All right. I need you to roll a d4.
A d4?
You got spun around, so you're not necessarily sure which way straight.
Okay. 3?
3. You have blind sight.
I do.
Which helps a lot.
A lot. Because I'm assuming with the bucket being on her head, it's the blinded condition.
It is the blinded condition.
Which means attacking at disadvantage.
Yes.
But because I have this...
You're not attacking at disadvantage.
I'm attacking at advantage.
Yes. Okay. Though, I would mind you, the challenge for you right now is making sure that you get the right guy. Because you can't necessarily tell which guy is which right now.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I'm confused.
I understand what you're saying. If I get him in my range of blind sight, would I be able to tell who it is?
As long as he's like not like kind of like standing right up against the
other
crowd.
people, sure.
Yeah, that's the part that might become tricky at some point.
Okay, are there only 2 people in the arena?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the circle.
It's the circle. Okay.
He might be sensing the people that's kind of around. And remind you, this is not like a super like stay behind this line. It's kind of a moving gyration of people.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's kind of the hard thing. Is like you're in the game of picking the needle in the haystack. This guy doesn't know that, so he's going to come kind of straight at you.
Well,
it's your turn first, though.
I'll move around and hold my action.
You hold your action?
Yeah, so I'll kind of move around to
You
see
notice
if they
that
can
you
pick
with a
up.
3, you start kind of heading, and you notice that you're heading along the right circumference of the circle.
Okay, I'll try and move towards the center of the circle.
Okay, so you start moving towards the center. Yeah. He will approach. Let me roll his. He, you hear from the sounds of like, "Hey, wrong way!" and they push him, and you can kind of feel him like kind of teeter towards you. He seems like he is about 10 feet away from you, and you can feel the guy kind of patting the ground in front of him, looking slowly. Yeah.
On my turn, I'll go in for the little bucket scoop.
Okay, make an attack roll.
With advantage?
With advantage?
Terrible. That's going to be a 7 plus... Oh, wait, what is Dex? Is Dex?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's... Like, you're proficient with improvised weapons. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so it's 14.
14. Okay. With a 14, you knock the bucket off his head. You can fill it up. Okay. Next up. This seems to be kind of a little bit more beefier guy as you kind of have the bucket kind of tilting on your head. You're looking at him. He seems like he's done this. You've seen him a couple times kind of come in here.
So Pinky has gained a silver coin.
Pinky has gained a silver coin.
Okay.
You see that it looks like more of the people are. It's kind of an even break on the betting for this one. He seems like someone that's pretty confident in his skills in this game. Roll for initiative.
Okay. Pinky's going to bet 1 silver coin again.
23.
You beat his 13.
Okay.
Okay, roll a d4. 2. All right. With 2, you feel yourself slowly going towards the left side of the playing field. And you can see kind of people kind of stepping up. You can tell these ones are not any of the guys because you saw them start on the other side.
Yeah. And so is there only one rule? And that, well, 2 rules. Hit the person with the bucket and don't hit the people outside.
Yes.
That's it. Anything else goes?
No maiming.
Well, yeah, no killing him.
Yeah. But that's kind of it. You can see people have used magic in a couple of the other bouts that you were watching right before you jumped in.
Okay. Yeah, I will do a similar thing. This time I'll hang around the side of the Oh, I actually don't know if I can do that as a held action. I was trying to see if I can do something as a held action, but I'm not sure if I can. Just says within. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm looking at one thing. If that's okay.
I would say if you're looking something up, it'll probably pass your action because we need this to go a little faster.
Okay, that's fine. Then let's just. I will hold my action, and this time I'll stay kind of near the edge of the edge. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. He, let me roll. He also gets. You hear the hey, wrong way, and they push him out. He comes out. You can't really necessarily feel where he's at. You never notice him get into your range.
Mm-hmm.
With that, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Wisdom is going to be 15.
A 15. From what you can hear, someone like yells really loudly, kind of in your ear. You have a bucket on your head.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts really bad. You're disoriented and you kind of lose the direction that you were in.
Okay.
It's your turn again.
Yeah. I will go ahead and you said that these people, just so I understand, these people are fairly willing to kind of move around the circle and move. And
that's like half the part of the game.
Is
it's like
moving.
How can I move myself to be maybe in the way without
or move so that someone would hit another person or whatnot?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just shout, "Hey, I'm over here!" And I'll hold a. Well, he already has disadvantage, but I was gonna say I'll. Can I hold my movement?
You can hold the dash action.
Yeah, hold the dash action.
Yeah.
Pinky, can Pinky like just interject here? She's gonna fly around to the other side of the circle.
Sure. Perfect.
From opposite.
With that, he's going to hear where you're at, and he's going to kind of start making his way towards you. You sense him kind of in your range. He's behind you at the moment.
Okay.
With that, knowing where you're at, he's going to take a swipe at you. Disadvantage.
Can I use my dash action right now? Because I was holding it.
We should have expressly specified what it was for.
It was when he was gonna attack, but that's okay.
Okay. You can definitely do that. Let's just make sure we do that next time.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a bait and switch with someone in the audience.
Sure.
And like swap places with them and see if it'll hit them.
Okay. Yeah, bait and switch him.
Yep.
The guy he got for his attack, his first attack was a 9 to hit. His second attack was 17 to hit. On this commoner, did you give the AC bonus to you. I'll take it to myself. With that, he whacks goes to hit the guy and he hits it on the head. Whoa, wrong! And like everyone starts yelling, ah! And just like Superman, he's like, he takes off the helmet. It's like, whoa, what the? He was right there.
I thought you were better than this.
And he kind of grumbles and walks off.
If you want a rematch, I'm fine.
And he gets back into the line. Okay.
Okay, silver piece for Pinky.
Silver piece for Pinky.
Okay.
How many rounds are we doing of this?
We'll probably do 2 more.
Okay.
Okay, Pinky is betting 4 silvers this time.
Okay. 4 silvers. All right. With this, you see what looks to be kind of an older gentleman. He holds like the walking stick as like almost like a staff.
Can I just, before this starts, Pinky wants to maintain a position opposite of Baron in the ring at all times.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
'Cause I got a trick or two.
Definitely. Okay. With that, rolling it.
Yep. That's gonna be 19.
19. You beat the 15.
Okay. Roll D4. I got a 2.
A 2. Okay, you're going to the left again.
Okay. I'll move in. I'll move kind of 15 feet towards the center.
Okay.
If I pick him up. Then...
So 15 feet towards the center would put you like past the center because it's only a 20-foot wide.
Oh, it's only 20. Okay, sorry, 10 feet. Sorry.
10 feet. So you're in the center with your blind sight. You barely kind of get him on the edge.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go right in and go for an attack.
Okay, sounds good. Make an attack.
That's gonna be 13 to hit.
13 will miss.
Okay, I'll go for a second attack.
Okay.
That rolled off my mat, which is a shame because it was really good. 16.
He will use Uncanny Dodge.
Whoa!
What's the damage?
Okay. Yeah, that's all I'll do.
Okay. With that, he is going to. He says, "The young are so fast. You need to slow down sometimes." He is going to bonus action hide.
Oh.
You no longer sense him.
Okay.
Pinky's going to shout out his direction to Baron.
Let's go, Pinky.
Is that allowed? Are people doing that?
People are yelling, but you need to make a performance check to yell over the crowd.
I guess so. Pinky's quite small.
Roll that performance.
Dang. Performance.
Great.
That's a 9.
No, you go, "Hey!" and everyone goes, "Ah!" You think that almost the sound is what's helping him hide.
Yeah.
Right.
With that, he's going to attack you with a straight roll. Does a 14 hit?
No.
All right, he'll take his second attack.
What is he?
Does a 21 hit?
Yeah, 21 will hit.
Okay.
Can Pinky cast Silvery Barbs?
Sure, you can.
Let's do it.
Sorry, do you want me to pull that up, Rose?
Yeah, definitely.
This old guy's got 2.
Where's my Silvery Barbs? Right here. Okay. You magically distract the triggered creature, and the triggering creature, and it turns. You must re-roll the d20 and use the lower roll.
Okay. That is. That's a 19 still.
Okay, but Baron does get advantage on his next attack.
I'll still hit.
Yeah, so with the hit, knocks the
Just
bucket
comes
off.
right off. Dang.
Okay.
Piggy's gonna boo you.
Everyone's like,
She just lost.
the after that says the old man will take off the bucket and he'll put out his hand to shake yours.
I'll shake it.
I can tell that you're very skilled.
Thanks.
You just need a little bit more years underneath you. I can tell that you're also still quite young. And he will walk back towards his corner. Okay. With that, we are going to go to the dancing party. Is there anything that you guys particularly want to do while you're dancing? You, Opal,
You force it.
yeah. Pinky, you lose
Two
4.
silver, technically.
Yeah, you lose
I
4
gave
silver
2
after
and then
you
lost 2.
So.
So, yeah. All right.
Alaya,
Let's get rid of 2
Opal,
silver.
and Adelaide's also there, but she's not here now. So
I think Opal would try to be situationally aware of what type of dancing is taking place. Like more fluid type of dancing, more chill, more upbeat, more moshing. Like what's going on?
make I'd say it's a perception check to kind of understand gauge. You can even do maybe insight, depending on what you want to learn.
We'll do insight.
Okay.
That is a 11.
So with an 11, you'd understand that a lot of these dances actually seem to have some sort of symbolism. A lot of them have kind of erratic moves, like very fast paced moves. While some of them kind of almost have like, I guess the best way to look at it is like a unrolling, unyielding style to them. A lot of them are almost kind of a dance of power, a dance of strength, a dance of, showing forth courage, from what you can tell. Fury, but also tempered. You would also know sometimes they go into almost like a calm, basically kind of like a regenerative dance in a sense, like showing things like that. It's interpretive dance, and that's what you've interpreted.
Adding to that, what's been said, but with Opal, would she be able to tell like this is a type of prayer, a type of worship?
Make a religion check.
That was a straight. That's a 4.
A 4?
It's next to a 20, but it's a 4.
Next to a 20, but it is a 4.
Mm-hmm.
So
rolled 1 or?
With a 4, it's really hard to tell whether this is more of a ritual, a prayer. You can definitely tell it's related to whatever god they're worshiping. But with a 4 for your religion, you're not really quite sure what is. Like, you've heard the name Yoko before, but it's not really sticking out to you.
Well, Opal's main concern is if it's a type of worship.
It doesn't seem like it would be impolite to join in from the looks of it.
Okay, but she's more concerned of her duty as her responsibility.
Sure.
As Opal wants to be cautious that she's not she's not participating in a type of worshipful service as Opal doesn't worship one god. She serves her both.
Sure. Yeah, it doesn't seem like from the vibe check that like you don't think that this would cause you problems, like you lose your oath for dancing. And you can tell this is mostly a party. It's not like it's all just straight on religious like observances.
Yeah.
What kind of dance do you want to do?
Seeing the type of style that you described, she would still be cautious, so do it her own style, but still being respectful of like, okay, there's some moves there, and I'm gonna do my little spin on it. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Make a performance check for me.
That is where is it? A 14.
With the 14, you actually have some pretty good moves. You're able to kind of gauge the tempo, gauge kind of the vibe, and able to add your own spin on kind of what's going on. People are like, wow, very nice, looking good. You come here often?
In full armor?
Yeah, straight up full plate armor, just even though it's not like the most movable stuff, like she uses that to her advantage to kind of help with like almost like the jerky actions.
Yeah.
someone says, I didn't know that you were so. Are you planning on putting your dance into the ceremony? It's very good.
But I appreciate your compliment.
Of course. I know that Yoko would be very pleased by such a dance. It's a fine dance.
You take care of it for me.
Oh, I can't dance like that.
So
I don't have full plate armor. I don't have chainmail armor. Anyways, Elia, is there anything particular that you want to do during the dance time?
Not in particular. Just she would kind of just follow suit in what Adelaide and Opal are doing.
Okay, perfect. All right, it's similar stuff that I've already described. If there's not anything different, I'd just like you to do a performance check to see how well the dancer you are.
Yeah, I got you. You said performance?
Yes.
14.
You kind of start seeing Opal's moves and you match them exactly. Like you're both kind of dancing in rhythm and stuff like that. A lady comes up to you too and is like, you guys should really put your dance in. You're really good. It's the same lady from earlier with you'd recognize her, Elia from the store. She's like, man, it's just really nice. It's really good.
Oh, thank you. I don't know though. I'll have to think about it.
Okay. But I just said it's really good.
I appreciate it.
You take care now. I'm
You
going to
too.
go dance over here.
Have fun.
She like starts shimmying her way over to the other side of the fire. Okay. I will at this time assume that Ellie's probably kind of following suit with you guys. With this. Oh, you're here. I didn't even realize. I thought you were upstairs. Okay. Do you have anything particular you would like to do though?
you could dance well.
Dance well. Roll a performance check.
You got this.
They would love that last cookie.
Can I have a bite of it?
Can I have a bite?
Let's go freezies on the cookie.
All right.
Freezies.
At the same time.
Oh no. 7.
7. You are not at the level of Opal and Adelaide. You kind of start trying to like put your own like things in it. It's kind of not working.
Oral dance training to waste.
Yeah. You try. I guess the problem why it's a 7 is you do formal dancing in this scenario. Does not fit. This is not good. You're like looking for like a partner to like dance with. And there's like no one, so you like start kind of like doing those steps.
This dance and they're like boogieing and she's like, oh.
She like for you, a dance is like a ball. You get picked up in a carriage, you're taken to a very nice estate. There's like soft music playing, dancing. It's not like drums and dun, 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 and like like people like dancing around a bonfire in front of you. It's
Dancing, I love dancing. It's a different type of dance.
very different type of dancing. So that's kind of the thing that's going on right there.
Humiliating.
Yeah, you feel kind of bad, but not too much.
Who does?
With that, we will turn to Moss. I never asked you what you want to do during this time. Is there anything that you'd like to do?
I think honestly what Moss wants to do is he's noticed that like he knows that in short he's people watching. Specifically, he is trying to see if there's anybody else that gives off sort of the curse vibe that Ren's mentioned about his parents.
He knows his sister, but none of the other villagers actually seem to have anything similar to this curse. You don't see anyone else dressed in like thick robes or coats. No one else seems to be in this. And with your high perception, this is quite easy to tell that it seems to be kind of a one-off thing. You don't see at least anyone here in the village that's at this besides Ren's sister that's afflicted with such curse.
Okay.
If you'd like to, though, you could ask around and see if anyone knows of anyone else in the village with it, if you'd like to.
Moss might do a little bit of hunting, but after a bit, he'll probably sit outside with a drink and just sort of listen into the activities behind him as he stares off at the ocean.
A lot of the older guys kind of are sitting really like up underneath the meeting house, and they all have like these bottles of something that you can't really tell. It looks kind of clear but cloudy, and they seem to be just kind of sitting in a circle talking. Most of like I said, these are like the old guys, like they're super wrinkly, but like everyone here I would say, like you notice that all these older guys, they look like ripped. Like they may be like super saggy skin and stuff like that, but you can tell like they have like most of them aren't like even wearing shirts, they don't even care, but like all of them have a six-pack. Because like all they do from what you can tell is just fish all day. And they're just like super sun-dried leather skin ripped. Think about what Ren would look like in like 50 years, and that's what they look like.
All right, I can see it.
One of them will offer you a swig of the bottle they've been kind of passing them. Hey, do you want some?
Yeah, I need something to watch down the worries of life, you know?
Yeah, I know what you say. There's so many kids these days that just, you gotta just, do something that's just not. Man, I really like you. You're just so good. It's like, he'll stumble like that for about, 30 more seconds and pass you the bottle.
Thanks. From one old man to another, great wisdom comes out of us.
Great wisdom comes out of the bottle.
Yeah, that's the pure wisdom.
Roll, as you take a swig, I need you to do a Constitution saving throw.
Saving.
I'll be able to survive this, right?
Sure.
Oh, 4.
4. It tastes awful. Like, it's bad. You're pretty sure all it is like a little bit of sugar, water, and yeast that's been sitting out like in the sun.
Yeah, Mouse just spits it out.
Like,
It's like, what is this crap?
My special brew. It's been sitting out for 3 days.
3 whole days.
Yeah. I was going to let it get to 4, but I was a little slow on making it, so.
It packs quite a punch. My land, we usually wait about 10 to 20 years, but 3 days must give it a little bit of kick.
Why would you want to wait 10 to 20 years? That's so long.
But it's like passing down wisdom from generation to generation. I prepare it so that the next generation can have it, and the generation 4 has prepared it for me.
Hey.
It's greatness being passed down,
Yeah. They really don't seem like they're kind of comprehending on what's going on here right now.
No, they have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Do you drink any more with them, or are you going to pull out your own supply?
Moss is gonna pull out his own supply and be like, "Here, take this for a ride."
One of them will give a sip. He'll be like, "It's pretty good. Not bad." Just share, or is it just one sip?
Pass it around. Pass it. We're here to party, right?
And you make yourself merry with the old men of the village.
Yep. Moss bonding with his kind.
Exactly.
How far into the evening are we?
It seems like pretty soon the the kind of main event's going to start.
Have we been told what the main event is or no?
Not really. People are just like, oh yeah, it's pretty close to time for it to happen. I'm blanking on the name right now. What is the village chief's name, Ren?
Orson?
Orson. Yeah, I knew that. I know it. It's fine. Yeah. With the kind of the night continuing on, I would like Ren, like you do a general religion check if you, as you've been seeing here, holding your spear, your lightning javelin.
Question. If I
Yes.
have levels of exhaustion, do I have disadvantage on this?
I'm not going to hold you against that. I mean, the levels of exhaustion right now, where it was more of a kind of like I don't know if I want to be hard or not on this. Here's the deal. You have disadvantage, but because you've been preparing yourself mentally, I'll give you advantage. It's a straight roll.
Okay. Plus religion, 14.
14. With a 14, you could definitely, as you're seeing here, you can sense Yoko's presence. And you can tell that seems to be intently watching kind of the festivities play out. You feel like this would be a good time to beseech him for help.
What would be like the best way to ask for his help? Like, would it be just through like a mental prayer, or is there like some sort of action to take, especially during this festival? Like, what
It would seem like the best way, because he'll go about action. He's more about force things happen rather than.
He's not a sissy.
Yeah, he's not sissy. He wants to see you do something. He wants to see you show your faith, show that you want something. I would just say that something would probably be doing something during the ceremony.
Okay.
As you're sitting here, Orson, the village chieftain, will kind of get up in front of the large bonfire. And he will hold up both of his hands and call out to everyone to quiet down. Once kind of the crowds kind of riled down, the games have kind of stopped and things like that, and everyone starts kind of sitting down in circles, what looks like family units circled around the large fire. He's going to start talking kind of with a louder voice. He says, "People of Bouli, we are gathered here today for people of Bouli. We come together again this time of year to honor one of our patron gods of our village, Yoko. He who is mighty, he who is strong, he who blows the winds that puts wind in our sails, who may destroy our villages, but who will destroy our enemies. We show homage to him through what we do, and for all the things that he's done for us, for protecting us, for watching over us in the clouds, for bringing down his hand and touching it to the ground, giving us fire as he kind of beckons to the smoke cloud, the smoke pillar, and its large bonfire. Without him, we would not have light. Without him, we would have to rest once the sun goes down, once the other gods leave. He gives us the ability to control the light. And for that, we are grateful. With that, most people seem to be kind of like nodding, seeming to understand what's kind of going on.
During this conversation, or this guy's presenting, I'll if it's okay, I'll find my way over to Moss.
Sure.
And I'll have a drink of probably that white stuff, whatever.
Whatever. As long as it gets you drunk.
Probably got some of that, and I'll bring an extra one. I'll slap it down in front of us.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if you want to continue, all right.
Sure. I'm going to continue with this for right now. Another thing, one of the other gifts that he gives us is the rains. For without the rains, Bacia's love would never be brought to the land. It would only be able to be kept in the sea. Without Yoko, we would never have storms. We would never have the rain. Bringing her lifeblood to everyone else. Giving us the plants. Giving us the forests. Giving us a home. These two in tandem are what gives us the sea and the land, our home and our lifeblood. We honor him and we honor her. As part of our ritual tonight, people have come forward with prepared offerings. Offerings of word, offerings of deed, offerings of dance, offerings of might. To help call upon him and his protection onto our village once more. To bring the good winds and not the destruction. At this time, we ask all of you to intently watch, just as he would. He is here. He is with us. And if we are able to act as he acts, we can gain some of his power, some of his strength, and we may be able to create as he helps create. With that, let the performances begin, as he kind of takes out what looks to be a small pouch and tosses it kind of behind him into the fire. You see what looks to be a large spark of glittering, almost like the best way to describe it in our world would be a firework getting tossed into a bonfire, as what looks to be, something giving homage to lightning cracking as a loud boom shudders throughout the whole entire village. With that, he will stand down. You see group after group kind of go up and give their version of how they honor this god, of how they honor someone who they see as their protector, as someone that gives them all that they need. Some of those are dances, some of those are poems, some of those are feats of strength. Eventually, Ren, it's your turn to go up.
Just so I can imagine this, I'm still in my decked out regalia, right? I'm I've got the bling. Okay.
Bling. You feel the javelin, the lightning javelin in your hands. It seems to be softly vibrating.
Yeah, it's like whirring. I'm gonna assume I'm sitting by my sister.
Yes.
I'll look over at her and I'll just nod I'll take her hand and I'll go up there with her.
Yeah.
And as we're going up, I'll just be like whispering, and maybe holding my necklace on the Yoko effigy. And as we get up there, I'm just gonna take the spear and throw it into the smoke cloud.
Yeah, of course. As you throw it into the smoke cloud, I'd like you to do attack with the lightning part.
Okay. That's a 21 to hit.
Awesome. Roll for damage.
Okay. Just lightning damage?
Both.
Or every. Okay.
Every.
Okay. 7 plus 5. That's what? 12?
Mhm.
Plus 6, 18. Plus 3, 21.
21 again. It's a good number for you tonight. As you toss the javelin up, kind of with your sister close by, a streak of lightning comes out of the javelin and into this cloud, lighting the whole entire column, going up and collecting into this large plume of smoke that is gathered around the village. Everyone here would notice the smoke hasn't left around it. It is lit up and it's circling above this place as if it's not dissipating but staying retained. The lightning doesn't leave. It seems to be traveling around, searching, or maybe just enjoying being part of this smoke, a part of this cloud made by man. As this crackling lightning continues to travel around, you see other times where almost a different, stark blue lightning forms streaking into the one that you have, and it slowly builds, kind of casting almost a yellowish bluish light, changing between the two back onto the village. What's your next move?
I'll look at Tehenna. What is she doing?
Tehenna, with this, she rolled really good on her performance. You can see this dance that she begins to do. It's a dance that is to represent the building of a storm. It's a dance that's used before going to war by the family of those who are going to be in harm's way, as almost a way to distill the strength into others. It's for someone who may be left at home. They can give their strength to Yoko, and Yoko will be able to give it to them in battle.
I would imagine this is a dance that has a counterpart that's what the warrior does.
Yeah.
Ren, as soon as he recognizes that dance, he's like, I know what I do. This is what's done beside that, and he'll just start doing that.
You hold the spear itself as if it's you're fighting mock enemies. The dance itself is almost a training for a weapon. The smoke kind of billows around you, and every once in a while you swing it. You can almost feel what looks to be something in front of you that you can make contact with in the smoke. You can see the movements of your sister. This dance represents kind of how Bacia gives her strength to Yoko, who then takes it to the land. As her movements are a lot more fluid. Yours are a lot more jagged and sharp. She's behind you, and you are in the front. The dance is also mournful, as because of this, and you know in the lore of Yoko and Bacia, they can't be together. One has to be stuck to the sky, and one has to be stuck to the ocean. And so the distance symbolizes that. There's a longing, and some of the times it's seen as like a dance that you could do with like a partner, but this is also not incorrect to do with a close family member, someone who is blood of your blood, in a sense. As you continue to move, the lightning that's kind of trapped up above continues to streak around. I need you to make one more religion check with advantage.
Sweet.
No, not a disadvantage. This is just 2 dice with advantage.
Okay.
I'm not.
22, baby.
As you feel yourself moving through this cadence, you find yourself being engulfed by the cloud, swallowed up in it to where it's only you, and you can sense the movements of your sister behind you. Though you know the dance would be broken if you were to look back. You keep moving. Eventually, as you continue to move, you see what looks to be a large man, figure probably around 10 feet tall, almost coalesce out of it, featureless, except for 2 eyes of lightning.
I mean, I would assume who this is. Would I keep dancing, or should I like stop and be like, bro, you came, you know? Should I like, what do I feel is appropriate?
It seems appropriate at this time to give reverence.
Okay. I'll immediately like go to my knees then.
As your sister realizes what's going on, she would go to her knees as well.
Just like face on the ground, basically.
Yeah. The aspect of Yoko will come towards you. It will kind of bend down on like one knee and kind of grab you by the shoulder and kind of prop you up. Like it almost picks you up. And it kind of holds your chin with like its large kind of aerated hand. You can feel it has form, but also doesn't. And he'll
It's like wind is like pushing me up.
Yeah, like you can feel it, like the gust. And he'll just inspect you.
I'll like try not to look at him. Like out of like respect, I'm looking at the ground. Like that's where I'm at, you know?
Yeah.
Is this something that we're all seeing, or is this like in a moment? Is like almost like a separate moment? Like we watch this disappear into the smoke, and then this is happening in the instant of a moment. Essentially.
Yeah, exactly. It seems that time has stopped for Ren, and this is going on in a separate place. No worries. Thank you for asking. Though you do notice, for those that are outside, as Ren gets sucked into the smoke, that bolt of lightning that had been building strikes down on the last place that you saw him.
Do that.
You hear kind of a booming, thunderous voice. In the sound of the mix between rain and wind and a crash of lightning. Your dance has pleased me, little warrior. I have come to listen.
I will probably just like sit there in disbelief for a moment, but as I kind of like brought back to, my senses, and I'll see like Tehenna like kneeling beside me, and I'm still just looking at the ground. I'll say, our family is sick, cursed. We need your help.
With that, we're going to call it for tonight.
Well, then Ren becomes a warlock.
What?
Bruh.
I know.
Man, why'd you have to say you gotta get off by like 9:30?
It literally turned 9:30.
Dude.
You sure you don't want to go without pay?
I also need a little bit of like, okay, what is he going to say?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to play a god now.
Oh, I wasn't planning on this. Yeah, no, that's dang.
You rolled like above, like you and your sister both rolled 3 rolls above 20, and I was like, oh, give him something.
We need this. Oh man, that is awesome. Love this game.
Okay. That's super good. That's it for tonight. We'll jump back into this next week.
Dungeon.
Dungeon
Dungeon.
Dungeon House.